Tuesday. I'm so sorry that we're 2 minutes late. Joshua insisted on showing me a picture of a hot girl for reasons past my understanding before we started.
I'm justifying Robin Thicke's
He's
behavior.
justifying sexual harassment. That's what he's.
I'm not
going
justifying.
on.
No. Okay, he had a few drinks in him, and she's naked and fairly naked, but it's fine. There's no excuse. No excuse. Even if he is a Pisces with his Venus and Aries. No excuse.
No excuses, Robin Thicke.
No excuses, Robin Thicke. Yeah.
Joshua, I understand you talked about him on your live stream.
I did. I had a live stream today, and I spoke about him and the girl who is all of a sudden out of the woodwork.
That song is like, how old? That song is like forever old. And now she's just like coming around. Oh, he harassed me on the set of this music video we filmed like 15 years ago.
Yeah, but this is like the cursed music video. This is like the Christine of music videos. You know what I mean? Like, it got sued. They got sued for copyright infringement because it was like a Barry White.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they got sued for that. Darnell Williams, I think that's his name. He doesn't want any part of it. You know, the lyrics are very rapey. This is the new word, rapey. He looks rapey. Do you know what I mean?
How can someone look rapey?
I don't know. Ask Richard Marx, because he's constantly calling Scott Baio rapey.
Scott Baio's such a nice guy. We got to meet Scott Baio.
We did get to meet Scott Baio. We did. And I don't know what rape, like, how do you look rapey? I don't know.
Scott Baio definitely doesn't look rapey.
I don't think Scott Baio looks rapey.
No.
I kind of like I like the adjective though, on its own. Like not giving it to anybody.
Probably not something you want to say while you're like out and drinking and having fun. If that's even still allowed in Los Angeles.
Like, hey, do I look rapey tonight?
That's probably not your best pickup line.
Rapey as an adjective. Welcome to 2021. I love it.
This world is crazy, Joshua. We are living in clown world. Every single day. Every single day it's a new thing. Did you hear that now parents who are speaking out at school board meetings are going to be labeled as domestic terrorists by the FBI?
Oh, really? Okay. No, I did not hear this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. New memo that came down from Attorney General Merrick Garland yesterday says that when parents speak out at school board meetings, that constitutes a threat to the school board, and they're going to start treating them as domestic terrorists.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And this is
so
when
you know that I'm on a list somewhere. You know I'm already on a list. You're probably on a list by association. Did you ever envision when we started working together 18 years ago that would be our reality today?
I don't think I could have seen that.
You didn't see this coming.
No, but people who do like psychic work, we don't have a gift for the obvious. Like in our own minds, we're like, huh? What just happened? Oh, okay. Like, yeah, it's really funny. Yeah.
Life works out strangely sometimes, doesn't it?
It does. Life is strange.
But you know what? I actually just had a call with my locals. We do our Zoom calls like twice a week. And we were talking about how like, I don't know, a couple of us are feeling a little optimistic. And one of my members who, you know, is very intuitive was talking about how like we're in the age of Aquarius and this was meant to happen and this was all prophesied and all this stuff. And like we had to go through this particular period in order to like, you know, go in the other direction. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, like I think everything's happening, you know, to get us to where we want to go. Like we even have a new moon tomorrow, and this new moon is really fascinating. Like it's aligned with Mars, which is the planet of war, which is really funny because Libra, the new moon is in Libra, which is ruled by Venus, and then we have a quincunx to Uranus. So it's sort of like two things. Like there's going to be more of like this fiery energy, and then there's this unpredictability, and then we have Mercury retrograde, and all we can really do is say, okay, let's utilize this stuff, and maybe even though it doesn't seem like it, maybe it'll actually get us to our goals.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. Cat Hat said 111 in the chat mean anything. That's an angel number. Angel number in
the arms of the angel, far away I like Sarah. There are Sarah people and Tori people, as in Tori Amos and
I never
Sarah
liked Tori
McLachlan.
Amos. If I
I
had
never
to
did
choose between
either.
the two, I would definitely. I don't really like Sarah McLachlan either. She had some really good songs. Like what was it? Like what that mystery song that was like in the '90s, "Building a
Such a good
Mystery."
song.
That's
Such
a
a good
good song. I like that
Yeah.
song.
No, Sarah McLachlan went a little bit south. See, this happens when they fall in love and they get happy, then their music starts really shitting the bed. It's really, really sad.
Life is about balance.
I liked Sarah a lot. And then Tori Amos, I will say that she does make love to that piano. I will give her that. Like, she rocks that piano and does things to that piano that never have been done before.
She does things to the piano like we want people to do things to the like button.
Yeah, exactly. She really does. Yeah. So due to the like button tonight, what Tori Amos does to that piano.
Mount
you know what I'm saying.
the
Nudge,
like
nudge,
button.
wink, wink. Do I look rapey?
If you don't think I'm making a gif out of that when we're done with this episode, you have
nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Do I look rapey? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I could look rapey if I tried.
Congratulations, you're going to be internet famous for that particular line.
Wow, that's great. Well, it's a new word. I mean, Colin, I've come across it without looking for it several times today. It's the new thing. We got to talk to Richard Marx, and we got to because I like Richard Marx and I like Scott Baio, and I really want these two guys to get along. Do you think that we have it within our realm of power to get them to?
Should we do a live stream with where the two of us mediate between Richard Marx and Scott Baio? Nothing could go wrong with that plan, Joshua.
I think so. But I'm really surprised with Richard Marx because Richard Marx is a Virgo. And I always say about Virgo that if you're doing your own thing, you're never going to see a Virgo come out of the blue and like start shit. Apparently not, because Richard Marx has been doing this with Scott for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. There goes that theory about Virgos. But yeah, I like them both.
Maybe
I want them
more
both to
has
get along.
happened. Maybe more has happened between the two of them that we know about.
Maybe
there's shenanigans. Maybe there's shenanigans behind the scenes, and like Scott Baio, like dated Richard Marx's daughter or something. I don't know.
Considering they're the same age, that could be a big problem.
It could be a big problem. It'd be a big scandal.
Oh my God! Let's see. Are they the same age?
I mean,
I think roughly.
Men date younger women all the time.
That's true. Okay, let's just see, just really quick. Richard Marx. Let's see. He was born in 1963, and Scott Baio was born in 1960. So Scott has 3 years on him.
So it would be especially scandalous, wouldn't it?
You know what?
That might explain it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but Scott was trending the other day.
Scott Baio is like trends at least once a month for something. He says something conservative, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Scott Baio is a conservative!" Like we didn't already know that Scott Baio was a freaking conservative. He's been conservative forever, but everyone freaks out every time Scott Baio says anything conservative.
Yeah.
Like why? Yeah. This is like people freaking out every time AOC lies. Like why?
Yeah, exactly. But I think that collectively what we could do is listen to Richard Marx music while watching Charles in Charge, and that could collectively bring them together and have them kiss and make up, and they can be best friends, grabbing beers together. I think it could be great.
I somehow doubt that's going to happen, but maybe if we all try to manifest it. I mean, hey, the woke manifested racism.
Hey,
I guess stranger things have been manifested.
Stranger things have been manifested, most definitely.
All right. Well, I think we should probably get into the show now, Joshua. Yeah, what do you think?
Should
we actually do some work, or are we just going to gossip all night about Richard Marx and Scott Baio?
We'll do work. We'll do work.
Okay. Guys, welcome to Nothing Remotely Controversial. This is a show that Joshua and I do every Tuesday night, where I talk about the news and whatever I find interesting. And Joshua, who is a professional and very deeply gifted psychic and astrologer and tarot card reader, uses his psychic powers to peer beneath the surface and let us know what is really going on behind all of the news items. On this show, we take your super chats. So if you have any questions that you want Joshua to psychic, if you have questions about what's going on in the news or anything like that, please send us in a super chat. You get to decide how much, and we'll take your questions and Joshua will do all the work, and I'll just sit here and make wisecracks, really.
Well, you say the questions, and without you, Carlin, without your powerful, beautiful voice, I wouldn't be able to psychic things. So
we're a team, Joshua.
We are a team. We make a very good team. But I have a question.
God. Okay.
Okay, so Shiny Side Up, who was in my live stream this morning, asked a question that I want to make sure we answer tonight in case she's watching.
Okay.
Essentially, Facebook, right? You
Yeah.
had this lady come out and did a 60-minute interview on Sunday, the whistleblower, right?
Yes.
And then, literally 2 days later, Facebook and all its apps go down. My feeling was like, okay, are they essentially worried about this further investigation in terms of what she said about them not, putting the public in danger with January 6th and, the young girls on Insta, all that. And my feeling was, did they intentionally bring Facebook down so they could clean shit up before it was further investigated?
Well, there are actually two questions in this, and this is actually great because Cold Summer 91 super chatted this in anyway. Why did Facebook shut down yesterday? So there are actually two questions in this, Joshua, because I don't know. Well, there might even be as many as three questions. Here are the questions. I'm going to list them out, and then we will psychic. Okay, number one. Is this Facebook whistleblower a plant? Because I think this woman is a plant. This woman has donated thousands of dollars to far-left candidates. She is represented by Jen Psaki's sister's PR firm. She is a plant. There have been numerous Facebook whistleblowers, and none of them ended up on 60 Minutes. None of them ended up testifying in front of Congress. And this woman appears out of nowhere, magically saying she's a Facebook whistleblower and, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we had censored conservatives more during the 2020 election? She is a plant. So question
From Facebook?
I don't know exactly from Facebook, but this is not this woman is not an authentic whistleblower. They're doing this to try to control the narrative. She was put there because she is the person that they want us to see. Everyone again, there have been numerous Facebook whistleblowers that have not gotten half of the traction this woman had. Like, she is not the only person that's come forward. So that's question number one. I'm gonna put them all out, and then we're gonna decide what order we psychic.
Okay.
Number two, what the hell happened with Facebook yesterday? Like, which I think is a separate question. But number three, are these two things related somehow, or is it just a happy coincidence? Am I wrong about those questions?
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But I think the woman, she looks like I don't trust her for 5 seconds looking at her at all. Somebody in my live stream today said that she looked like a Karen, which makes perfect sense. She just doesn't seem authentic.
No,
but we want to find out. Okay, we want to find out. That's question one. Is she a plant? But not necessarily by Facebook, because that was another theory that was going on, which doesn't make any sense because they lost like billions of dollars.
Yeah. So we'll do that question second. Why did Facebook go down second?
So the first question is she a plant? Did somebody put her up to this, right?
Yes. Yes.
What's her name again?
I don't know. Karen.
I
have no idea. I haven't watched any of this stuff. I don't know. I can look real quick.
I'm gonna look. I mean, I spoke about it today. I don't know why I don't remember. Let me just see really quick if I can find it. Hold on 1 second.
Frances Huggen.
Yes.
Frances. Never trust anyone named Frances.
Hey, that's not fair. I know a Frances, and do you know that all Franceses do have a wild side to them? Anybody who has Frances
actually, like, Baby in Dirty Dancing's name was Frances, so I can actually kind of get on board.
Yeah, so please take that back. Take it back. Frances is not a bad name. It's a nice name.
It's an awful name.
So, okay, what's her last name? Haug?
Something like that. No, I will say, like, the Franceses I know are nice. Okay, I take it back.
Okay.
I apologize.
Thank you. They're very sweet people. The women, anyway. I don't know about the guys, but let's see. So is this chick a plant? And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Is she a plant? Three of Cups, the Moon, Ace of Cups. So I think that with Three of Cups, there's definitely more than her that decided to move forward with this. I get it being okay. So at least three people are involved in this. She being one. With the Moon card, we can definitely smell deception. And with the Ace of Cups, odd cards for such a thing. But I do think that she, even though she looks like a Karen, I think that she thinks that she's doing the right thing, that she's saving America.
Well, I'm sure the woke left always think they're doing the right thing before they burn down someone's business.
I mean, do you think that they really do in their heads? They
Yes.
think they.
I think that they think
See,
that they are
I
saving
never saw it
humanity.
that way.
I genuinely think that they think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, apparently that's the case here, which is a surprise to me. But at least there was a group of people, but it seems to be more emotional in nature because they're all cups, all water cards. So it's more of an emotional thing as opposed to a practical, sought out. I'm going to hire you for this project.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that that she was working with other people to get this moving forward. But if you think about it, it's almost like with the Three of Cups and also thinking of her image, she looks like somebody who is like sort of like, okay, you do it. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. And then she'll, she came forward. But I think that she was involved in other people initially, but on an emotional level. So it could have been coworkers. Maybe they had some gripes with Facebook, etc. Yeah.
Plant. Not authentic. Should not be trusted. So, but what are they really trying to distract from is the question. So let's like at question number 2. Why did Facebook go down yesterday?
Yeah, let's see.
This is really the golden question. What are they doing?
Why did Facebook really go down yesterday? And was it not what Facebook said? And just say, why did Facebook go down yesterday?
Why did Facebook go down yesterday?
And tell me to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay. Queen of Wands. Which
What's that mean?
I think we should investigate and to find out what that lady, that blonde lady, her sign. She could be, I mean, she wasn't terrible looking. She's attractive. I can see her being Queen of Wands. I mean, I think when you're misrepresenting, which I think that she was, obviously your confidence level is going to be a little bit down. But then with the Success card, I think they were trying to balance things. And with the Prudence card, I think they were being extra careful. So I do think that it has to do with her. I initially thought that, and I think this sort of cements it because Queen of Wands is behind it, and I think that she was the impetus. And I think that we got to find out her birthday.
Can someone in the chat suss out this woman's? She's not a public person. I mean, she might be now, but like, can someone in the chat be very industrious and maybe like get a background check on this?
I mean, you don't need a background check.
We're not asking you to dox her or anything.
If you happen to have Ancestry.com, you can put in her name and find out lots of
If you happen to have a My Life account, you can find out her birthday. I'm not saying dox anyone, but if you happen to have access to these records, can someone find out her birthday, please? Thank you.
I'm not saying that I am going to threaten you, but if I were to say...
I mean, hell, she could even, maybe she's even has her birthday listed on Facebook.
She works for Facebook. You think she'd be that? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think that.
Can we just get like one more point? Can you psychic specifically if Facebook going down had to do with her?
Let's zone in on that.
Okay.
And I'm going to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Knight of Wands, 2 of Discs, 10 of Wands. So, Knight of Wands, this is like, holy shit, damage control, lightning, and then balancing things out. Because again, like, remember, that 60 minutes was about, how they are going to have a case about this. And with the 10 of Wands, like, this is about pressure. This is like, okay, we got to clean up some stuff. So my feeling is that there are actually groups that may have actually been involved in organizing things, what have you, that Facebook found out about or they knew about, and now they're doing everything to wipe their slate clean. They needed those several hours to do so. I think it absolutely had something to do with her. Absolutely. I thought that this morning, and I think that now, and I think our cards prove it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that answers that. I suppose we'll find out if you're right in due course.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I mean, you do have a pretty good track record, Joshua. All right, moving on to our next super chat, we have Armani V. Will the Senate bill proposal to mandate vaccines or negative COVID tests to fly domestically pass?
What is the fate of that? It's a bill they're trying to do?
A bill to mandate vaccination or negative COVID tests to fly domestically.
What's the fate of the COVID bill to fly domestically, right?
What is the fate of the COVID bill to fly domestically?
And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Well, it's not going to pass very easily. 5 of Wands, right?
Mm-hmm. Good.
Really good. Hangman, it's going to be held up. It's probably going to go to another, like it's going to take some time. Like there's going to be a hold up. And then there's going to be Prudence. So I think that they're going to be taking a wait and see. The big thing that I get with this card is there's new information that they're trying to get, like I think in terms of numbers, in terms of COVID, the variants, etc. So I think they're sort of shy about making any decisions because not all the information is right now available, if that makes sense. But especially with the Hangman, I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, so things are going to be a little bit held up.
If that bill passes, I'm going to be so mad.
I'd be very surprised if it did, per these cards.
Yeah. I mean, I think there'd be, I thought people would rise up at any, is there any way to psychic? Like, so here's the question I have, Joshua. Like, how far do people have to be pushed before they actually stand up and do something about this?
How far do people
How can we psychic this?
How far do they have to be pushed?
Yeah, when are people actually going to stand up? Like, are we ever going to reach the point with all of this nonsense that people are actually going to stand up in a legitimate way and say, no, you are not doing any more?
Well, haven't they already started?
No. Hundreds of thousands of people are losing their jobs over the vaccine. And they're all still like, but we can't speak up, and they're all still being pussies about it. And I'm like, you're losing your fucking job. All I heard all throughout 2020 was like, we can't speak up, Carlin. We have jobs to protect. They'll fire us if we speak up. Guess what? Now they're firing you. What are you doing?
Okay. So how far will they be pushed? And tell me when to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
How far will they be pushed until they speak up? Let's see. Yikes.
Oh. So pretty far. Pretty far.
Yeah. Then Swiftness. And then 10 of Cups. So you got wow. It's going to take a little take. So essentially, oh my God, we're dropping everything here.
Jesus.
So yeah, essentially with these cards, you get the 10 of Swords. So this is when things have gotten to that point of like no return. Like you can't resuscitate. You're like done.
Oh, so people are going to wait until it's impossible to fix things to speak up. Great.
Perhaps, or it could be a matter until like, they don't have another recourse in terms of, if for whatever reason, things go really, really wrong with what they're mandating, like, losing a job and not being able to find a job, or yeah, anything that's going to create a conclusion that's not really, really great. And then with 10 of Cups. So I think that, we get 2 10s here. We got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. So it really has to reach that like climactic point. It's going to take a while. Yeah. Excuse me, my cards fell. I'll be back in a second.
Here is the problem. People are such pussies. I'm sorry. It boggles my mind that people are allowing this to happen. It absolutely boggles my mind. And I'm sorry, while Joshua's fixing his cards, if you haven't done anything yet, you are part of the fucking problem.
It's true.
That's how I feel about it. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, all of us have to suffer. Like, I have put my ass on the line for a year and a half now, lost a god. Well, I didn't lose a business, but like, I can't do the fucking work I was doing before to speak up because I think it's important. So many people have put themselves out there, and everyone else is just like, oh, we have our jobs, even though you don't have your jobs anymore because they're literally firing you from your jobs. They're literally labeling you domestic terrorists. How much are you going to take before you find your fucking balls and speak up?
So what exactly does that look like, though? Do you know what I
Doing
mean?
anything, saying no, saying we are not going to abide by these fucking mandates. We are not going to vote for people that do not stand up for us. We are going to protest the shit out of you. We are going to show up every single day, and we are going to say no.
Did you see the mom, though? There was some mom at a PTA meeting, and she ripped them to ribbons.
Oh, good. What did all the other moms do? They sat there
with their masks.
with their masks, and they didn't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think to have the balls to actually speak up, those the people that might be, oh, she's off her kilter, you know what I mean? I think that really it's about coalitions and like organizing something in a very, practical, productive manner and keeping your cool. Because I think a lot of these people that do speak up, they kind of blow their gasket. And I think that sort of, it's very easy to dismiss somebody like that woman today. She was, great. She had really good points. She was furious. But again, like, it's so easy to say, okay, she's off her rocker or whatever. So I think that if you want that to happen, then people need to form coalitions and, do it peacefully and logically and really use the Constitution to protect themselves. Because all of
the
this
government's
stuff is
ignoring
crazy.
the Constitution. The government is blatantly ignoring the Constitution. They're ignoring the First Amendment. They're trying to ignore the Second Amendment. They're ignoring the Third Amendment. They're ignoring the Fourth Amendment. That's all just happened in the past couple weeks. They're ignoring the Constitution. If people think the Constitution are going to save them, then they are not paying attention. I'm sorry.
Right.
What Merrick Garland did yesterday, that is explicitly ignoring the First Amendment. He is the Attorney General of the United States. Issuing a memo saying that he was going to label parents who speak up at school board meetings as domestic terrorists.
Wow.
That's ignoring the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Blatantly.
Not only ignoring it, but going against it.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
If people don't speak up, you deserve exactly what you get. I'm sorry. I have no more sympathy for anyone. If you lose your job over a vaccine mandate, or frankly, if you are forced to get a vaccine you don't want to get and you did nothing to stop it, your damn fault. Sorry.
It's so interesting, too, because with Saturn and Aquarius, which is all about independence, people are having to create their own jobs now. People are having to homeschool their children on their own, taking them out of school. Like, there's a very, very strong aspect of independence that's coming from this. I mean, even through COVID, what did we do? But a lot of us have had to, isolate or at least stay with our immediate family. So there is this sort of independent energy that's sort of taken over the world over the past 2 years. And I think with the CRT and with the mask mandates and all of that, like more and more people are having to really stand up on their own and say, I'm going to school my kids at home because I don't trust what teachers are teaching them.
Well, it's funny, Joshua, because we actually do have a homeschool question coming up in a little bit. We got a couple more questions before we get to that. So next we're going to go to Cold Summer 91. China is flying planes over Taiwan. Are we about to see World War III? A nice uplifting question from Cold Summer. Thank you.
Hi, Cold Summer. Let's see. Are we about to see World War III?
Yes.
Anton, want to stop shuffling on that?
Stop.
Biden's energy, because I saw him, it's like,
really?
Yeah.
I have a question about Biden if we have time.
No, I don't think we're going to have World War III. Temperance, like there's, this is about foreign affairs and finding the right mix. With the moon, there's too much passivity on America's side. And honestly, I think with Seven of Swords, I think that Biden is pacifying. Like Seven of Swords is about diplomacy, pacifying, being a little bit, I wouldn't say sneaky so much as like in this context, it's sort of like he does not want to go to war and therefore is going to, rub bellies and do whatever he needs to do to placate and avoid that. So I do not see World War III. Not going to happen. No.
All right. Well, that's at least good news.
I think it is a good news, definitely. Yeah.
All right. Multi Drider says, will dating be great again, or will it be as degenerated as it was pre-COVID? Also, how many more predictions from Demolition Man will come true? That's a good question. That second one is a good question. Have you seen Demolition Man, right?
I have not seen Demolition Man.
Joshua,
I know. Yeah.
you need to watch Demolition Man. Demolition Man is a kick-ass movie. It's one of the greatest all-time movies.
Okay.
It's really good. It's
I'll put
about
it on my
It's
list.
about the breakdown of Los Angeles, and then they rebuild it into a woke utopia in which Taco Bell is the only restaurant.
Oh no, that sounds
Yes,
terrible.
it does. But anyway, let's see. Will dating be great again, or will it be as degenerated as it was pre-COVID?
Okay, so will dating be great again?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. And tell me when to stop shuffling on that.
Stop. I'm gonna come out to Los Angeles just to make you watch Demolition Man. We're gonna have a movie night.
Will dating be great again? Interesting. So, Two of Wands is about, personal power. You create your own reality. So I think, dating for one person might be different from dating another. But with the Judgment card, I think there's going to be some new ways of dating people. And I think with the Hierophant, there's going to be some new like technology or advancements in things that are done that pertain to the group that are going to help like more people who see eye to eye connect. So you might actually see like really like political apps. And what I mean by that, like combining politics with dating. I mean, I think they do that even with astrology now, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like apps in which you're like, oh, I'm a Sagittarius. And you know what I mean? You put in your birth date information. So I see some really good things coming that way with the Judgment card and the Hierophant. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be really very much about groups and getting people together who have the same value system, because that's what a group is, right? So they have common values. So I think that's very, very good. So I do think there's going to be some advancements. So you should be happy overall. But at the end of the day, with Two of Wands, you make your own reality. So you can, enjoy dating.
Excellent. All right. And the second half of the question is, will more predictions from Demolition Man come true?
So, like, for instance,
I don't know. What was a prediction from Demolition Man that came true? I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
So will
Can't we just say, just generally, will things from Demolition Man come true?
Yeah. And tell me to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Whew.
Chrissy says Taco Bell is terrible. It was good in the 70s, or maybe it was the weed.
I didn't know Taco Bell was available in the 70s. There was Taco Bell in the 70s?
Apparently, but I bet it was probably the weed that made it good.
Was there McDonald's in the 70s?
Oh, yeah. McDonald's been around for a long time. Yeah.
Burger King?
I think so.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. One of us was alive in the 70s, and it wasn't me.
I was not alive in the 70s.
You were alive in the 70s.
For a year, I was alive in the 70s. A year. 1 year.
Still.
So Eight of Cups, moving on. I think if in Demolition Man, if there was a sense of like, moving on from what had been established, then yeah. With Page of Wands, if in Demolition Man, which again I didn't see, if you had this fiery, younger, sort of spunky character who was like, let's do this, you're gonna see that. And then with Four of Cups, there will be more of a homeostasis as time goes on, as there probably was at the end of the movie.
We'll have to make you watch the movie, Joshua, and then we'll be able to have a proper question about it.
Who is the star?
Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes and Sandra Bullock.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an older movie. It's like back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
the
on.
Young Sandra Bullock.
My favorite Sandra Bullock.
All right. Next question. Will we see a golden age of homeschooling?
Golden age of homeschooling. What does that mean exactly?
Means pulling your children out of the public schools, which everyone should be doing, and teaching them at home or with other means.
So you think, like, is it going to become like a mass thing?
Yes. Are people going to be pulling their kids out of the public schools and homeschooling
More
and
and more
masks.
people.
More and more people.
And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Let's see. Potential is there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Homeschooling.
It's going to happen. The potential is there. It's really a matter of, making sure that everything is set up. And I think what they're going to probably do is they're going to have studies that show, okay, these students were homeschooled. They did better in their boards or whatever. Like there's going to be some kind of testing that actually shows and proves like homeschooling is just as good, if not better, than the schools. And then with 9 of Cups, again, 9s have to do with independence. The card 9, right? It's 9, like the Hermit, which has to do with not just education, but independence. So I do think that is definitely going to be a wave. Yeah. Think of like how much more, for people who, send their kids to like private schools, or even in terms of the time that parents will have with their kids, the extra money they'll have. Like this could be something that's really, really great. They get to spend more time with their kids.
Yeah. I think it'd be fantastic. And if anyone has questions about why you need to homeschool your kids, I did a stream yesterday with Deb and Justice, and they will tell you, and it was frightening. It's really bad, Joshua. It's really bad. But we're not going to focus on that now. Guys, if you are enjoying this show, please mount that like button. Joshua and I do this every Tuesday night, so please make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. Moving on, our next question is from Shannon. Will the National Guard start replacing unvaccinated police in some parts of the country the way they are replacing medical professionals?
So, will the National Guard start replacing police the way they are replacing medical professionals who are not getting vaxxed? Is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm going to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Will the National Guard start replacing police? That's such a good question. If they do, there's going to be some big problems.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So the High Priestess is there, and you know this. Like you give them an inch, they take Manhattan, right?
Yes.
So with the disappointment, I think that there's going to be a sense of trying to, definitely, with the disappointment card.
They're trying to federalize the police.
And then with the Tower card, it's not going to end well.
Fucking Tower. I knew it. I knew it.
It's not going to end well. So I think they need to like quit while they're ahead. You know,
well, they're trying to federalize the police. I saw I saw a memo that came out of Department of Homeland Security last week that was basically about putting together this commission to try to coordinate among law enforcement at all different levels of government. And I was like, what are they doing? They're trying to federalize the local police. I think that's what they're doing.
When you say federalize, what do you mean?
They want federal control over local police.
Got it. Yeah, there's going to be some big problems. I think the police, from what I gather with the energy there, the police are sort of its own entity, much more so than medical profession. Do you know what I mean? So they're stronger. They're obviously, stand up people. I'm not saying that people in the medical profession aren't strong, but like police comes to the territory, you have to be strong in order to be a police person, I would think. So yeah, I think that's going to be an issue. They're going to be, messing around with the wrong group of people if they try to do that. Yeah, they might want to rethink that. Think it twice. Yeah.
Think it twice. All right. From G. Grimsley, did McAuliffe mess up his chances of winning the Virginia governor's race by saying parents don't have a say in what's being taught in their schools? Will Youngkin win? So, Joshua, there is an election for the governor of Virginia. There was a debate last week in which the Democrat said flat out that he just doesn't think parents should have a say in what their children are learning in schools.
Wow. Okay.
It's a bold move. I have to give him that. So will Youngkin win the election?
Youngkin.
He's the Republican. We want him to win.
Okay.
McAuliffe is the Democrat. Youngkin is the Republican.
Okay. Do we know Youngkin's first name?
No. What is it Glenn? I want to say it's Glenn. What is Youngkin's first name, guys, in the chat, please? I guess we can Google. I guess we can. There's a delay in the chat. Glenn, I knew it. Glenn, it is Glenn. I knew it. Glenn.
So what is
Glenn
the
versus
fate?
Terry.
Okay, what is the fate of Glenn, whatever his last name is, in whatever election?
In the Virginia's governor race. What is the fate of Glenn in the Virginia governor's race?
Glenn what?
Youngkin.
In the Virginia governor's race, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily his time right now.
No. Why do people keep voting for Democrats?
So the devil card comes up, right? There's restriction. There's power. He has a lot of power. He's really going to have to go out on a limb, and I think that's good. But I think with Four of Swords, this is like postponement. So this isn't saying that he's not going to win. It's just an uphill battle. And my feeling is that I think with Four of Swords, there's a sort of postponement, right? And he's on uneven ground, as you know, Carlin, right? With this card.
Because he's wearing two different shoes.
It's two different shoes. I mean, if you're going to run for governor, at least, put on the same pair of shoes, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
A little bit tough. Is Virginia really not conservative? I was under the impression it was super conservative.
You know why? Because it's right next to Washington, D.C. So all the freaking Democrats who work in Washington, D.C. live in Virginia.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's why. It's the suburbs of D.C. that swing the entire damn state. All right. George Andre Veloso Nunez says, Joshua's face says it all. Parents complaining at school boards considered dangerous to the government now. Question. Will the world ever be sane again?
Was the world ever
was the world ever sane? Is my question. I don't even know.
Sane again. Will the world ever be sane again? And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Let's see. Will the world ever be sane again?
Make America sane again.
Make America sane again. I like it.
I'm gonna make a hat.
Hi, Ace of Swords, right?
New beginnings.
It is a new beginning.
New beginning.
Exactly. But it's also a 1. So whenever you get an ace in a reading, it means that you need to do something. So it's an individual choice. Again, the Two of Wands has to do with personal power that can lead you to greatness. And then really it's about the High Priestess. Like, what vibration are you tuning into? So for instance, like say you want to listen to 108 FM, right? You have to turn your dial to that and listen to the sanity or whatever is on that station. But if you're zoning in, you're turning your dial to MSNBC or whatever that is giving you a whole bunch of like crazy town stuff, then, you're going to hear that. So you got to tune your frequency to what it is that you want to hear. In other words, focus on those things that do seem sane and try to ignore or put your blinders on. So you're only focusing on that. So it's an individual thing. There are some people in the world right now who are focusing their energy and their attention in such a way that it actually seems sane, and they actually have the same exact values as you. So it's all about where you put your focus on.
All right.
Going on Twitter, I mean, I don't know how you do it.
Twitter is a hellscape. I don't take Twitter seriously. This is the thing. There was a switch that clicked for me. Like, I used to take Twitter much more seriously than I do, where I was just like, I'm just going to troll people on Twitter. I'm just going to piss people off. And I don't really care what side they're on. That is the only like, I follow the news on Twitter. I want to see what people are saying. Occasionally I want a tweet to go viral and it's helpful for that. But really, you cannot take Twitter seriously. Twitter is a hellscape.
It really is. Yeah.
It's an awful website. Awful. All right, let's see. Dip1955 says, I live in Southern California. I have never seen so many cargo ships backed up waiting to enter the port of LA. Is there going to be a supply chain crisis soon?
Supply chain crisis.
Yeah, Joshua, you better stock up on toilet paper if you haven't already, because there's going to be there is a metric F ton of ships that are just in the ocean waiting to pull into ports to deliver their goods.
Okay, so we're worried about. Ocean. I'm more concerned about paper towels because I'm
you should stock up on that too.
Paper towel guy, Bounty.
Yeah, so you better stock up on your Bounty.
Okay, so
Your shirt matches the guy on the bounty label.
oh, that's why I got it.
Hmm.
Actually, yeah.
Did you want to be a lumberjack?
I am a lumberjack when I'm not doing this with you. Actually.
Obviously.
Yeah.
All right. Will there be a
So-
supply chain crisis?
Let's see. Will there be a supply chain crisis in Cali or global?
Let's say United States. We don't care
Can
about the
someone
rest
stop
of the
shuffling?
world. Stop.
Will there be a supply chain crisis?
Oh, Dawn is right. That's not bounty. That's brawny. The lumberjack is brawny.
Oh, okay. Really good. I worked in advertising for years and I didn't remember that. That's good. Let's see. Okay. King of Cups, 9 of Wands, 7 of I would stock up just in case. Because like look, this guy is grabbing his paper towel.
Motherfucker. God damn it. I'm gonna have to send Victor to the store.
I think that I wouldn't say like such a shortage with King of Cups. It's interesting. Biden might be behind this, and then you got the 9 of Wands. So this is more honestly like with the 9 of Wands. This is about waiting for an attack that never comes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like unnecessarily defensive. So you might see people hoarding and grabbing their things. So I think it's much ado about nothing. I think that you'll see people acting that way, but I don't think the threat is actually real. Make sense?
I guess so. I'm still gonna tell Victor to go buy toilet paper. Though.
Just in case.
Just in case, like several extra things of it. Well, toilet paper never goes to waste. It'll sit in the closet. It's not like it's gonna like go bad or something.
Yeah. Just don't squeeze the Charmin, Carlin.
Okay.
Don't squeeze the Charmin.
I'll keep that in mind, Joshua. Thank you. All right, George Andre Veloso Nunez says she didn't say anything new. She just gave more details to things that were already common knowledge. I don't. That was in reference to a question from earlier. I don't remember what question that is.
Maybe
Sorry,
the
George.
Facebook whistleblower.
Yeah, Facebook whistleblower. You're right. Okay. Cindy Chastain, thank you for the super chat. She also asked, will China attack Taiwan? We've already answered that, but we appreciate the support.
Oh,
George Andre Veloso Nunez says there's a TED talk of an IT woman who cracked online dating, explaining what she did to find her husband in a dating app. If that helps anyone. Joshua, do you have any advice for people who want to find their loved one on a dating app? I don't date anymore, so I don't know how any of this works.
On a dating app, I would be extremely like. This is just a good practice in general. Like, okay, what 4 things do you want to look for? Like, are you looking for a long-term relationship? And if say you're looking for a long-term relationship and you want to get married, right? What 4 things are most important to you? Maybe it's intellectual compatibility, somebody who has, security and stable. Maybe it's also somebody who loves dogs, and maybe it's somebody who's going to put up with your 4 kids, right? Mm-hmm. I would just put it on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, be really, really clear. It's very refreshing because I think a lot of times people are just, it's a fool's errand to like sort of disguise who you are. Just put your, make it really clear what your values are, what you're looking for, and put that out there. So there's like no questions. Like that's the best thing that I would do.
I mean, is it so like anytime like I've been in a long-term relationship with someone, like I haven't really been looking. Like when I met Victor, I was not looking. I had just been cheated on. I was not happy. Victor happened to be my mover. Any like people that like I've been in like long-term relationships that were like important loves for me, I just like, is there something to the fact that like love comes when you're not looking for it?
Absolutely, because energy can only like stay in like one place. So if I'm like, I want a relationship, you're the vibration of wanting a relationship. You're not in the vibration of being in a relationship. Whereas if you're just sort of like going about your life, you're more aligned with being in a relationship because you're not in the vibration of wanting one and not having one. It's the same thing with money. It's the same thing with like a job. It's whenever you don't need something, that's when it comes, because the universe, you're more of a vibrational match to that. So yeah, absolutely. With anything.
All right.
So the key to getting at whatever it is that you want is to believe that you already have it on some level and to relax and not care. And then you'll get it. Yeah.
Excellent. Nick H says, "Thank you for link, Miss Carlin." Hi, Joshua. I sent Nick a link of meditations earlier, Joshua.
Ooh,
Of
any
angel.
alien?
No, I did angel meditations. There's a
In the
woman named
arms
Jill
of
Harrison who has a whole bunch of meditations on Spotify, and
Ooh.
her meditations are great. They were honestly, like, when I first started meditating, they were some of the most powerful meditations that I did. So they really helped me to actually learn to meditate. So Jill
Oh, okay.
Harrison on Spotify. Jill Harrison.
Jill Harrison. Okay, I'm gonna check her out.
Yeah, they're angel meditations.
Not alien. I like my alien
Well,
meditation.
I mean, it's like angel and spiritual stuff. There are different kinds.
Okay.
She's a psychic that I've cheated on you with in the past. Yeah. Yeah, she is. All right, let's see. Okay, we got some more to get through. Multi-Drider says predictions for Demolition Man that came true, including more speech rules, more disease rules, Taco Bell expanding, more vegan food, and instant gratification. All right. Sunflower said, "Will the vaccine mandates be gone in the USA by January 2022? Late to the party, so not sure if this was asked already. Can we expect vaccine mandates to be gone in the United States by January 2022, Joshua?"
2022.
Yeah.
And tell me to stop shuffling.
Stop.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Because there's the fear of failure, right? Like, and I think this happened, before. They let up a little and then the numbers go up. So with the moon card, I mean, the wind is still in everybody's face. I think that it would be disastrous for them to from their perspective to let up. But with Three of Wands, I think there's going to be more of a sense of established, strength. I think that you're going to see more groups. I think that I keep getting there's going to be much more focus on groups. Because if people want to get together, they might have the same values, have the same beliefs, and that will keep people from being separate and isolated more.
You mean if everyone moves to New Hampshire, we can make the most libertarian state ever and secede from the union and never pay federal income tax again?
Maybe. You never know.
I have a stream on my channel tomorrow at 5 o'clock if you want to learn more about the New Hampshire secession movement.
Ooh.
Just FYI.
5 p.m. EDT.
5 p.m. Eastern, which is the only coast that really matters at the end of the day.
Hey!
Sunflowers said, "Will Rick Grinnell's new organization, Fix California, be successful?"
Who? What? When?
So you saw Rick Grinnell at Dave Rubin's house. He's the former national defense, whatever. He was a fucking cabinet secretary, and he has now started an organization in California called Fix California. I don't know exactly what it does, but I think the title is pretty self-explanatory. They want to fix California. Will they be successful? Yeah.
What's his name again?
Rick Grinnell.
How do you spell his last name?
I don't think that's how you spell it. I think it's Grinnell.
Rick Grinnell.
Grinnell.
Will Rick Grinnell.
First openly gay cabinet secretary, not Pete Buttigieg. Rick Grinnell.
What's the other guy? The guy that we're talking about.
Grinnell.
Say his name one more time.
Rick Grinnell.
And what's his org's name?
Fix California.
Tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Has he mentioned anything about a conglomerate? Teaming up with another org?
I have no idea. I'm not following this at all.
I think he will be successful. You got Nine of Cups.
Ooh.
You got the Hermit. So they're closing a cycle. And then with King of Swords, he's a very smart man.
Yeah, he's very smart. He is very smart.
Very smart. Yeah. So I think he will be successful.
All right. Let's see. Ryu says, "Will you and Joshua drink AMF's Audios Mofos with me in LA?" Joshua, you want to go drinking I don't think I can. I'm not vaccinated. I can't go drinking in LA. I'm not vaccinated.
You can't drink in LA if you're not vaccinated?
Well, they won't let me in, will they?
I mean, I usually have to show a vax card when I go to bars and stuff like that. But, we'll talk.
We'll figure it out. I might be getting vaccinated to go
I
on.
haven't drank in a while. That's the other question. I don't know. Like last time I drank, and I didn't have much at all, but I don't know. When you get older, it's really tough to drink.
Mm-hmm. It's
Like, what was the
true.
last time you drank, Carlin? Did it
Friday.
Friday, and did it have a negative effect on
Oh,
you?
I was so hungover the next morning. It was not good. I only drink, I drink for my happy hour stream once a week, and I don't really drink other than that, unless I'm traveling. And then I'll drink when I travel because, like, I'm in airports. Like, what else am I going to do?
Right.
But
Cool. Yeah.
yeah. All right, we've got a couple more questions. Jen wants to know, do you think empathy will ever be the sole focus to CRT?
Empathy will be the sole focus.
Yeah, to
CRT.
CRT.
I'm having trouble understanding.
I think what she's asking is like, I'm not like, I'm not sure how to phrase it. Like, will empathy be like having empathy for others? Will that actually be the thing that like diversity that's training is about? I'm guessing.
Will that further the CRT movement?
Will empathy be the focus of what they are trying to achieve?
Oh, okay.
I believe.
And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Well, you have no, I think mostly with the wealth card, it's about, changing the structures, which is happening right now with Pluto and Capricorn. With the Hermit card, it's really about knowledge and education and learning. I think with the Strength card, this is the Leo card. It's about, I think, being magnanimous and really that's where like the empathy comes in. Leos can be, they're ruled by the heart. They can be very compassionate. So I do think that is, that's definitely part of their plan. Definitely. Even if it, it's more earthy in nature with 2 earth cards. So I think it's more a matter of like empathy not being like the goal, but actually like, okay, here's a real life structural change. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Sin said, my late husband found me 7 years gone now.
Oh,
but we love Sin.
We love Sin, and he's still with you. He's still with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta smile and be like, "Oh, hey, honey, what's up?"
It's true. All right.
He doesn't need wet towels on the floor anymore, or any of the like. You get that's the cool thing about dead
He's his
people.
higher self now. He's his higher self.
You don't have to worry about laundry or the television being too loud. It's kind of great.
So, Joshua, I have no idea what these words are, but Ben wants to know, Josh, did you ever check out these things?
I have not. I'm sorry. Was I supposed to? It's Mercury retrograde. That's my excuse. No, I'm just kidding. No, sorry, Ben. I didn't check that out, but I'm going to screenshot that bad boy, and I will. I'm going to screenshot that right now, in fact.
All right.
Screenshotted.
You got it? Okay.
Got it.
All right. And our last one, it's not even a question. It's more just a statement following up on the drinking question. Let's do it in Corona, California. They don't require that stuff.
Ooh,
we could leave Joshua, we could leave Los Angeles. What a concept.
What a concept. Leaving LA. Yeah, it's better than leaving Las Vegas. Like that song, Leaving Las Vegas today.
Las Vegas is pretty great. Las Vegas is way better than Los Angeles, I think. Las Vegas is so fun.
It can be fun. Definitely.
It's fun. All right. Well, I guess that's all we have for tonight. Joshua, do you have any final thoughts for us?
Yeah, we have a new moon tomorrow. So, you got to make sure because this new moon tomorrow in Libra, even though Libra is ruled by Venus, it's aligned with Mars and there's an aspect to Uranus. So there's going to be extra energy. Make sure you have something to direct it to, like your goals or what you want to achieve. And then with Uranus, especially under Mercury retrograde, there's a quincunx to the new moon to Uranus. Expect the unexpected. There might be some adjustment that you have to make. Just sort of roll with the punches, go with the flow, and just think to yourself, maybe this is actually going to help me get on route to my goal, even if it doesn't look like it is. Like, it's almost like, think of it like you're headed someplace, then you spill like red wine all over your white shirt. Like, of course, you're going to think like a normal person, like this is a complete pain in the ass, but maybe in changing your shirt, you actually miss a car accident or traffic. So just roll the punches, because if you do that, then you'll have a really good new moon. Happy new moon! It's tomorrow.
Yay. All right, guys. Thank you for spending some time with us. If you want to get a private reading with Joshua, and he can do tarot cards or astrology, and he even does coaching, I have to meet with him once a week, and he tells me all the things I'm doing wrong in my life and what to do to correct them. Like, you can find more information out about that at psychicsun.com. The link is in the description below. I definitely highly recommend it. Joshua is very accurate and provides very good advice for all of your psychic needs.
Thank you, Carlin.
We do this every Tuesday night at 9:30. Make sure you mount that like button on the way out the door. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.